Hey guys, before we get into today's video, I just want to give a good shout out to say thank you to everyone. We're getting closer to 1,000 subscribers than I have ever imagined. I've looked over my numbers at analytics. My numbers have been going up faster than they normally have, so it's quite an honor to have you guys subscribe to the channel and like what you're watching. It's great, and I'm loving it. And I love you guys too for doing it. And with that, just a quick reminder, as soon as we hit 1,000 subscribers, we've got a contest with 3 prizes going out for everyone, so I hope everyone is ready for that. So we're doing a little something special for today's map. I know you guys wanted Koth a lot and CP a lot, so Koth, since it's a lot of just play some mini Sentry here, I'm going to be doing one big video for that on its own. So I'm going to do my most highly requested CP map, Steel. So as you can see, I'm already sitting here on my Retro Relaxo. I clipped in here with no clip. But this is the final point right down below. That's right. We're doing a CP Steel. So let's start by going over to point A. Now, I know a lot of people have wondered a lot about this map. It's not about A. A is the hardest point to actually set up as engineer, but there are a few places that are neat to use.
Sentry going up.
One is this little corner here. However, this is just a cover gun. What it'll cover is everything along here, but it can't cover behind the rocks, what comes behind this wall, what's standing on the point. It's a good forward sentry, but it's not the sentry you want. If you really want to do some damage, you'll pull your gun out over here. It's out of sniper lane. It covers a lot of the point. It damages whoever decides to take a jump down there. It's hard to get angle at. Blasted wall. Come on. Up we go. Blasted wall. This jump is possible. There we go. It's hard to get angle on here without being spotted by it or team members who are just happen to be over there. This is the more ideal point A sentry, but once again, this sentry isn't gonna stand long. A is the most easy to capture, fastest cap rate there is on the map. An alternative to this spot would be over here.
That was getting heavy.
However, once again, you've got the problems with this wall being people can peek over top of it, but that once again have to deal with your team coming from the spawn door. It covers part of the point, but not all of it. So your team needs to cover this half, with you and a few team members covering this part. That's the only way you'll get real synergy. But for people to take this down, it just takes a demo man spamming grenades or stickies, and he's built to arc over walls. He doesn't have to see your gun and take it out. So other than that, there's not much for A.
I'm moving this.
So let's move on over to point B. This is where the magic happens. This is where you'll see your Highlander sentries. Right in this spot here, to be exact. It doesn't allow an easy sneak up for spies. Requires them to do some actions that they wouldn't be seen for. However, it is possible if a cloak spy decides to get up here. It gives you ample opportunity to run away and get to point C before the gate on this side door even opens, allowing you to have some time to set up a sentry there. With a Wrangler, you can shoot down snipers who are trying to spam at you. Demo Man can't get an easy angle without being spotted out by a team. And once again, Wrangler. Even from this angle, it's pretty hard for him, and it gives your team ample opportunity to be up in their face. There's only two ways to get to this area: through their spawn, and through this back alleyway through E. That only opens up when A is captured. And this drop down is pretty much the same as coming through the starting zone. They're stuck in that one area. This gives you an ample opportunity as an engineer to build a fort great for your team. Give them a dispenser that they can hide with. They don't need a teleporter because they can just walk right out the door to be here to defend. And it's pretty well all set.
Backing up.
An alternative is a bit forward.
There wasn't getting any light.
However, it may cover the snipers, but you've just opened yourself up to some demo spam from just over top, stickies, pills, easy takedown. It's not the point that you want to have up close. If you've got multiple sentries, one back here, one up front, yes, you cover your sniper deck, you cover people coming from back here, you cover jumpers. However, once again, Demo Man takes it that one. He gets a bit more free reign, but your team still should be covering up front here. You get the high ground, they have the low ground. You have advantage. Have soldier, demo up top here, or a heavy medic. Sniper over around here. There's so many places that your team can hold in this place. This is why B is the prime Highlander place. This is your best area for a sentry gun. You can cover the point.
I'm moving this.
You can block off hallways, cover off chokes.
Plant yourself on the point, mister.
From here, snipers direct hits. Oh, what's this? Wrangler. Wrangler. No Wrangler covers there. The only way to get up here, crawl along this wall and spam his Demo Man. So this is a very team-oriented spot, but if you start up here at the start of the round versus the having A captured and running over here, you'll actually do more for your team because you stop people from going to E for the quick cap. So you won't have scouts come along and oh, I'm on E, cap and E, split the team. So B is your key place. You want B. Hold B, you can hold a lot of the map.
Moving out.
So after we hit B, we usually end up here at C, but in a Highlander game you go from B to E because it's getting easier for them to get around now. You need area denial. However, we're still going to cover C, as a key point just for public game reasons. So from here, if you set your sentry up here, you cover part of the cliff facing. So they can't come along here without being shot. Coming along here, they can be shot. It's not easy to aim from this side with the Wrangler, but you get the point. You can even wrangle your gun over here. This may be the high ground, but you're denying access to that high ground with this sentry spot. So they're forced to come through the BEC connector, which is low ground, or from the BEC connector, which is even more low ground, which this is where grenades and stickies end up pooling. This is not the ground you want to be on. You want to have that high ground. So this sentry denies that ground. Anyone who walks from it down here gets targeted by the sentry. Anyone who comes from that platform has to either drop into that pool and get shot by the sentry or creep along the wall. But after that, they're all in sentry sight. That's your most optimal place. It covers the point, it covers the cliff, which is nice. You cover that area. Even with your Wrangler, you get more access. Fire rockets, span them out from the gate. You cover that ground except for what's underneath that platform. This is your most optimized sentry spot here.
I'm moving this.
Now, an alternative is a fallback sentry, which is you'll want to drop a mini here or a level 2, just something to distract the enemy team. And pretty much this covers the staircase and anyone who decides to come up here to get around. It's pretty easy to take out. Demo man, come along, spam some stickies up there. Rockets flash. As I said, it's fallback. This isn't your best spot. It's just here for a fallback. This is a great spot, however, to set up a dispenser to keep your team near the point so they don't have to run back in, grab, move. So you can cover quite a bit. So next we'll head over to D, which is down the hallway here. Up along here, if you're running minis, this spot right here is great for a surprise sentry. A mini, they're not going to notice it. Walk by, smash. You get shot by a sentry. Come up here for the health, shot by a sentry. So you're going to lose more health trying to get a health pack or trying to get through this choke. So it's not good for a big sentry, but it's great for a little ambush mini. So from here, setting up anywhere along this cliff face right here, no good. Setting up on the low ground, no good. Your big option here is this little alcove here. This allows the point to be covered, and they have to stand in these yellow lines to be on that point. So your gun covers nearly this whole point, which allows you to spam them out over here, and if they forget that there's a sentry there, they're going to get shot trying to dodge you. So if we move our gun up just a bit closer here, we do cover the whole point, but we leave ourselves vulnerable to people spamming from over there. Come in, spam, 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 I have a wall. Which forces you to come over here to shoot them and leave the sentry. Or if your team's smart, they'll come over here, deal with them to help cover your sentry. But at this point, with D being the open capture, these railings along here open up to the E point, meaning the enemy team's probably going to forget about D. Come here. In public games, 2 sentries. 2 sentries are what you want. One to cover D, and one to cover E. And that there's pretty well the only real viable sentry spot in D. So we'll move over to E now. And with E, you want to get a sentry up over here as best as possible, so you're out of the sniper's line, so the sniper can't shoot anything. Building dispenser there is good, or over here. A teleporter you definitely want to get set up, and set it up where the sniper's not going to have an easy line of sight. So right along this wall here, sniper can't shoot through this. Your team spawns in, they turn, they have their chance to get out, and your sniper that spawns has cover to get an angle right on the enemy sniper right from here. So this is your most optimal teleporter. This is your optimal sentry placement. For Highlander, this is the most common setup. This is the definitive Highlander, pretty much. If you feel like experimenting, you can go right ahead. I'm not guaranteeing anything, but this is the way Highlander is.
I'm moving this.
But for public games, I have seen some creative sentries. One was down here.
That was getting heavy.
Cover people from jumping on the point. However, it's pretty easy to take out. Demo man from the window or sniper from the window. Get full range on the gun. Demo man from around the corner. Direct hit soldier. Any class that can aim. But it does block off this bottom route access. So anyone who tries to come for this full health pack or from the full health pack has to deal with the sentry gun before they can even get back up the stairs, unless they want to take the long route, come around, up top, through, and around, which takes a lot more time. But sometimes that's what you want, more time for more positioning.
Moving out.
Another common position I've seen is right outside here. However, the flaw here is snipers, directed soldiers, or any soldier in general that can aim can attack your gun. Sure, you may cover the point and that door and this little lobby area, but you still leave yourself wide and vulnerable. And if they cap B while you're here, you cut off your escape route. This door seals. So when you're stuck here, what do? Do you run towards where the enemies come from? Or do you jump to your death? Or sit there and hope that your team comes and creates an opening for you? Overall, this is a great starter one to drop a mini, cover the point, keep scouts off if you're going combat NG. But it's not bad. Now, Steel is the one map you will see engineers in Highlander use offensive level 3s. They'll usually sneak around back here, build a sentry up, and start inching it in, giving cover to scouts and soldiers. So if the enemy team decides, well, we're going to come back and stop that, you have a gun out that stops them from coming out either door to stop them. The only people it's not going to stop is a sniper who can get angle from here or from the other side. that's all it can take is one sniper to stop them. But the sniper can also get angle on your gun, but that's why you build your teleporter and dispenser around there. Reset up, get your spy in. You can get everything set up here for offensive.
I'm moving this.
But yes, you will see offensive level 3s here. They don't have any specific spots except for this area here. You deny a lot of stuff to the enemy if you've got an offensive level 3 here, and it is possible. I've been in a match where they've kept A and then E. They skipped B, C, D, and they kept us trapped in our spawn on all exits. So just beware, it is possible to lose with an offensive engineer against you running level 3s. So I hoped that helped everyone. I know it's definitely fun. I'd like to thank you all once again, and I hope you all will be ready for the big mega Koth episode that covers all Koth maps, including Highlander and Public. I don't usually do unofficial maps that aren't Valve or Highlander related, because, well, I don't normally play on them. I rather play on the stuff I know down to the grind. So, thank you all once again for watching, and let's build something in the next one.